Hello everyone and welcome to Attingham Park. So, you can see in front of me there's quite a large pile of stones. That's because I have collected all of the stones from this field. Let me show you. So, turn off the weeds and the ploughing. All stones are now gone. It took me ages, absolutely ages, but it is finished. So, I brought the JCB over, and today we're actually going to be using the JCB pretty much for everything. We'll use the Fiat for a couple of jobs, but it's mainly loading work today. So the first job, of course, is going to be putting it into here. Now, we've done this before, we know how it works. I'm going to turn it on. Oops, no, I need to go in first. Unload the cover, there we go. Then I can turn the engine on. Okay. So, let's grab our first load of stones. I know that they are insanely heavy. I have already found that out while I was bringing them over from the field. Because what I had to do was to just dump them on the floor in the field and then bring them over here with the loading wagon. It was just taking far too long to bring them over. And this is where we might have a problem. Because it is very heavy. Okay, so we can't take much at a time, which is going to make life even more difficult. Whoa. See? We skid out everywhere. But it's fine. It's going to take a little bit of time to do this job, but it should still work. So, I'll pop this under here like we did before. And I left my phone turned on, so I apologise for that. I'm going to turn that off. Right, that's better. So now I can pop into this guy, and if I remember right, start overloading stones, except they're not stones, they're actually lime that's coming out. There we go. So yeah, this does take a little bit of time. It would have been better if I had at least the one which comes with its own belt. That would have made my life much, much easier. But no problem. Still be able to get it all done. I think we can hop out. Don't need to wait. It's still pouring. Yes. So as soon as that's done, we can go and dump it in there. We're getting a decent collection of lime now. However, I'm a little concerned about how long this job is going to take, because I know that there's about 12,000 litres of stones here, and that's quite a lot. There we go. So we want to pick up only about 1,000, as close to 1,000 as possible anyway. Too much, as expected. Now this is really not the kind of job I want to do on a time lapse, because I'm having to change views so often. Yeah, not a great job for time lapsing. So we need to do this one. We'll carry on for a little bit. I will not jump straight to the next job. But yes, we want to get all this processed into lime, because I'm trying to cut down on my leasing costs. The stone picker has already been returned, and we are now going to, as soon as we can, we will return this guy. So it's good if we can get it going through. Yeah. Once we've got all those stones processed, we can then return this machine. Now we might buy it in the future, or we might be able to buy ourselves a factory that will actually convert the stones into lime. That would be better. The reason I like this though is that all the factories all seem to look exactly the same, and this one does look different, which is nice. It's very cool, I have to say. But yeah, we'll see. That's another full load. I think we'll do one more and then we're going to skip, and I will do the rest of it off camera. But I'll do it in the same day, in the same episode, so that we can see how big our pile is at the end. For now, let's get one more load. There we go. So like I said, a bit of a long, slow job. It would be better if we could have a belt taking it in and taking it back out. That would have made life easier. But I bought the wrong tool. I didn't actually even realise that there were options for it, which was my own stupid fault. But it's okay. I live and learn. I will know for the next time that we want to use this. And however, I am really hoping for the next time we don't have as many stones, because that was a little bit crazy, to be honest. There were just so many on there. I think in total it took me an hour and 40 of real time. So I did also increase the lease cost, because obviously the lease cost is per hour, and I think I paid 2 lots of lease cost on the stone picker. I waited until the very end to use the JCB so that I could avoid having, keeping the JCB running all the time. That seemed pointless. My neighbours are being really noisy outside. Right. So, oops. No, we will turn it off, actually. We will turn it off. Yeah? Okay, good. I was in the wrong tool. It's you that needs to reverse. So I think we've definitely got enough lime to cover the small field, which is nice. Obviously not enough to cover the large field. So our next job, because like I said, I'm going to continue with that off camera, the next job is around the corner, still in the front loader, and it's to put some hay into the cows. They do need a little bit more hay, and we have bales, but we also have this ridiculous stack by here, so we may as well start using that. But what I want to do is I need to pull the tractor forward first, just so we can get this trailer into a better position for loading up. There we go. Now I can head around here, getting stuck on everything. There we go. See, so there's not actually that much hay here. It just looks like an enormous amount. Hay has got a very big volume when tipped. Well, I suppose grass as well. Grass has got a massive volume. Hay seems to be the biggest, which, in terms of weight, makes sense because it's not a heavy product. But as the bucket doesn't measure in mass, it measures in litres volume. I would expect the volume to be about the same, but it's not. So we'll get this loaded up. This is not going to be enough, I don't think, to keep them fed all year round, but this is the roughage. I'll show you the cows again. So in here we've got, they're doing pretty well, reproduction's increased as well. We've got a lot of milk available at the moment. If you remember, we sold just under 5,000 last time, I think, and that was everything. Now they've suddenly boosted themselves and they've started producing like crazy. We've also got a decent amount of slurry. But yes, this is roughage, this is hay. So they can take more, but we're going to want to get them some base food sometime soon. Base food, if I remember correctly, is grass and also silage. So we have silage available, but I need to check that before we give it to them. However, at the moment they do have enough of the base food, so there's no sense in going out of our way to give it to them. It is January the 2nd, I did also, I forgot to tell you at the start of the episode, I skipped the 1st of January. I did not record, and that's because I spent the entire day doing the stone picking, and there really was nothing to do. This episode has actually culminated from me skipping a day and trying to find an episode's worth of stuff that we can do. Because in the winter, there is not a full episode to do. So I'm trying to find stuff. Which is why we're doing a lot of front loader work to just kind of keep the farm ticking along. There are some contracts we could do, and that might be what we do next time, is a contract. We'll have a look at the end of the episode to see if there's anything that looks like an interesting type of contract. Otherwise, I do have another plan for what we could do, but I have not done any real investigation into it yet, so we'll see if there's a contract available. I mean, technically, we can't plant anything until March, I don't think. We wanted to put in soybeans, didn't we? That's the wrong map. Soybeans can go in April. Oats can go in March. Okay, so we could put. So we said we'd do 1 oats and 1 soybeans. I think we're going to do oats in the small field and soybeans on the large. So if we are doing, excuse me, if we are doing oats, then we can do that in March and get soybeans in April. So we've still got February, the whole of February, which is 2 days, that we need to fill if we want to have episodes. So I do need 2 episodes worth of stuff. So I think we can do a contract and my plan. That would be good. Anyway, that's all the hay collected. I do have 2 hay bales from when we did the baling before, but they're not here. So let's just grab this guy. 12,857. Okay. I think we're going to go the long way around to find them. So we'll head round here. I do like this trail. It's very nice. Way, slow down. Good. Yep, so we will. Oh, we can tip here. Cool. I was thinking we'd have to go through the gates. So yeah, this is gonna top them completely. If we go here to where they are, it's going to fill up the total bar and it's going to fill up the roughage bar. And they're about halfway through what we gave them. We should have enough room for all of it. We do. Perfect. So that's now going to keep them well fed for a bit longer. And yeah, the next job is going to be down at the BGA, so I will see you over there with the trailer and also the JCB. Down here then at the BGA, and what we're going to do is we're going to sell a load of silage, maybe 2. This is not something that we need to do, as you've noticed. Our money is just sort of ticking on, but I feel like a cash injection would be good for us. Plus, kind of want to get this clamp emptied because of that weird thing that's happening, which you just saw, which is where all the silage spills at the front. So yeah, I'd like to get it emptied. We are going to have to time things very well though, because what I will need to do is make sure that we are ready to go with a grass cut so that we can refill this straight away. So it has to all be done very carefully so that I can make sure we don't leave the silage section of the biogas not running. Now, I just remembered that we did actually say, or I said, that we would do corn in that small field. Now, I was just checking on the greenhouse. We'll head over there afterwards. So corn can go in April the same as soybeans, because yeah, we said we could make some maize silage with one of those small front loader tools. It's not a front loader tool, why am I calling it that? With one of the small front mounted harvester sort of devices. We could use that to make ourselves some maize silage, or get ourselves some chopped maize at least, and then we could ferment it to make maize silage. And I think it was always possible on previous versions, so I'm hoping it's possible here as well. But I think we will also, with that, be able to make bales. I think if we tip the maize silage onto the floor, we can then go over it with a baler. Now that's how it used to work. There used to also be a stationary baler mod in 19, and I'm fairly certain I've seen it in 22, but I don't remember completely, so I need to double check that. There we go. I think maybe one more load. Possibly a load and a half, we'll see. So in here we've got 126. We've still got a lot left. I think the biogas plant is using about 10,000, 12,000 a day. So that would be 10 days worth if we didn't use any for selling or any for the cows, which we don't have to. Because I'm pretty certain, again, I need to double check, but I'm pretty certain that with Maize Plus, the kind of the grass, this like standard wet grass, I think it is the same category as the silage. And if it is, what that means is that we don't have to worry about giving them any kind of silage. We can just give them grass, and we can keep the silage as a money maker. Right, we want to sell this silage. I'm guessing we're going to the same place as always, but we'll double check just to be certain. That's our biogas plant. So yes, Attingham livestock bales. We'll do this as a little time lapse. Head over there and get this sold. Time to make a delivery then, see exactly how much we get. It's not going to be amazing, but we're doing pretty well. We're keeping the cash coming, which is good. And I am able to reduce the costs. I'm managing to slowly but surely reduce the money that we're spending each day. And that's great news, because that means we start becoming more and more sort of positive. Each day we make more than we spend. That's the way we want this to be. And if we look here, we're doing pretty well. Nice. 4871. Not a bad score at all. Right, I'm going to leave this guy here because he's not going to be needed for the rest of the episode. We're now going to pop over to the greenhouses, and just like that, here we are. So you can see we've got a fair few tomato pallets ready to go. We've also got one strawberry, as I explained before. We don't actually need topping up with water at the moment, so what I'm going to do is drop off that trailer. And with this guy, I'm going to go over to the shop and I'm going to pick up a trailer that I haven't yet bought, so let's do that. We want Is it under low loader? No. It's a car trailer, so where would it be? MISC? So we've got this one. We've also got that one, which is auto load, but I'm not sure what it auto loads. It will auto load bales. Alright, well I'm not bothered about auto loading bales, to be honest. Okay, so let's just take the bog standard one, maybe. We'll have a quick check in here to see if there are any more flatbed ones we can see. Ooh. So will that hook up to our car? I think it would. Let's just have a look and see if there's anything else in here. We've got that one, which is, again, an auto load. I don't think they're going to hook up. They're a bit big. Let's just have a quick look. I don't think it will work. So let's not gamble. Let's take a standard hook and ball trailer, which is going to cost us 8,000. Wheels standard, standard 2, standard 2. Okay. Right, let's change this. Still SG53. Let's put, I don't know, DMY. It's random. First 3 letters that came to mind. So we buy that. There we go. And I will now head over to the shop and pick that up. Okay, and we've got our lovely new trailer. So I'm going to unfold it. Oh no. No. I don't like that. Okay, so we won't do it that way. Obviously it's a car trailer, which is why it's like that. I just need to get rid of that. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to load these up by hand. I know it's cheating, we shouldn't, but I just feel like we should. How many can we fit? I do not know. That is a bit of a test here. Oh, nice. So we can fit a couple if we do it that way. I have no idea how much money we're going to get for these. I know I've seen people like Daggerwin making an absolute fortune, but that seems to be with things like eggs. I would like to get some chickens so that we can also make a fortune, but we just don't have the funding right now to do that. As much of a shame as it is, yeah, we just can't afford it. So it's something we'll look at in the future. But for now, I'm quite happy with how many we've been able to fit here. This is a decent amount. So we'll put one last box. Oops. The strawberries. There we go. Okay, and where do we need to take these guys? They probably want to go to different places. 1046 Lower Cross Indoor Market. Okay, the price is very similar. So Lower Cross Indoor Market. Where on earth is that? Let's get off that view. Go back to a normal view. Oh! It's just round the corner. That's very handy. Now, I have seen lots of comments online that say it is better to sell your produce yourself, i.e. set the factory to spawning. It's better to do that than it is to sell automatically. So we'll find out now, because it never seemed to be making me much money when I was selling automatically. And that also reminds me, I need a screenshot. So I'm just going to quickly pause and take a screenshot, and I'll be back. I have finished messing around with that. So it looks like we should be heading round here. I am completely ignoring my indicators, which is a bad move because we are in the suburbs. Look at that. We could have just thrown them over the wall. If I had a pallet truck, I could have gone through on the pathway. Ooh, I wonder if there's a pallet truck mod. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So, we want to pop you. Oh, this guy skids so badly. It's actually fun because I have been able to make him skid, but right now it's not fun. So, remove those straps, pop him in, and I'm hoping he'll start selling. No, he doesn't want to start selling. I may have to take the crates off manually then. Ah, it's because they want to go in this one. And they have to be lifted up. So 95 plus 154, so around 250. Yeah, in fact 250 exactly for the strawberries. So let's find out now about these tomatoes, because the tomatoes were showing a much better price. Oh, yes, that is nice. I think the tomatoes were showing a price of around 1,000 per 1,000 litres, and each crate here is 500 litres. Come on, still selling. Very nice, 2607. I am happy with that. That's a good score, a good price. So, yeah, it'd be nice if we could get a pallet truck that just fitted through there. But oh well. Right, I am now going to disappear for several hours in-game, because I need to go and do what I said I'd do, which is fix all of those stones and get them turned into lime. So once that's done, I'll be back and we can have a look at how much we made and, you know, how big the pile of lime is, and then we'll finish for the episode. So for now, I'll just park this guy up and then, yeah, I'll see you in a couple of hours. Last 556 litres going in. So that's everything. We'll just grab the lime out of the bottom of there, and you can see from the weather we're expecting snow. This is not good news. It's not what I want. We're expecting snow overnight. It stops at around 2 o'clock and then apparently continues on again tomorrow. That is going to really scupper our plans. Look how cold it's going to be. -10. Yes, that really ruins our plans because I was hoping we could do a contract. I haven't actually looked at what contracts there are, so I don't know. Maybe there would be nothing, in which case, not really a big deal. But maybe there would be something interesting. Anyway, here is our pile of lime. There's a substantial amount. I think it's a pretty good amount, let's be honest. And now we can return this guy. He's been very helpful, but we can see our lease tools. We've still got plenty of them. We want to be getting rid of them as quickly as we can. Now the JCB will cost me 55,000 to buy. The forage wagon, 40,000. The windrower, not much. We could buy the forage wagon now. And the mowers, the mowers are both leased. I did not know that. So the mowers, we may actually have to change our mowing setup to something a bit cheaper. And the bucket, but yeah, the bucket, the bucket doesn't cost much. Anyway, the sun is going down on what has been a pretty productive day. A lot of, winter odd jobs, but I think we've done pretty well. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.